mission. Can't even go with you, cause you not no competition. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm getting it. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking it up. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm getting it. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking it up.
Instagram with your rent money, boy, you ain't got no dough. And your boys with your rock face, but you ain't gotta explain to me, bro. See her bag faking, your J's faking her weave, she got it on clearance. But you smoking quiche and you popping rocks, well, I'm better without you like turds. Spent 106 on these jeans, 1200 on these shoes. Call up Frankie Diamonds if you want the quote on these shoes. You can have the playbook, but still you can't stop these moves. Why would I want your girl to do when mine Penelope Cruz? When I hit the scene, Mr. Glee, kid check the T, diamonds on gleam, screaming blink when the sun beam, sipping on some lean, stacking cream, living out my dreams. Frenchie's Listerine, bar, what the fuck you mean? If that's stacking, I'm laughing. After this lesson, I'm taxing. Diversification, young boy, that's how you bring them stacks in. But I'm over their head when I talk about bread. They think they stacking something. For real, boy, you frontin', cause we ain't seen nothing.
Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm getting it. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking it up. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm getting it. Stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money, I'm stacking it up. And baby took it back to the basics. That was for the haters. Now we entertain them, upgrade them to a level they ain't seen before. We been stacking dough, doing shows on the low. Now we living, spinning, sipping on yachts, we getting it. No, we not pretending. Y'all niggas already know, cause y'all are my witness. Please look where I'm standing. Please look what I'm wearing. There is no comparing. Oh, we on that grind.
Busy on the beat.
You haters couldn't stop me, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Do y'all little niggas need a lift? Making sure the execution's swift. How I'm killing all these niggas jumping in and out of whip. You haters couldn't stop me, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Do y'all little niggas need a lift? Making sure the execution's swift. How I'm killing all these niggas jumping in and out of whip. You haters couldn't stop me, you better go and copy. My shit is hard like a brick from Bobby. You gotta watch these niggas acting cocky, but the trade pound was sweetening up the beef, no teriyaki. Yeah. Mobbing on the streets like a hooligan. Mobbing on the streets, I'm making moves again. Talking about your name ring bells, but every time they say you, they be asking who are you again. Your man know, the world don't understand though. I knew I was the streets, I see my uncle with a banjo, cutting up the grand flow. Church, the fiends said the greenhouse, we having all that work. Same fiends that put him in the jail, wouldn't let him out, they ain't even give him bail. In my city, either that or a box or in the spot. Parking lot, pimping in the parking lot. We parking lot, pimping air and out the parking lot. We parking lot, pimping air and out the parking lot. We parking lot, pimping air and out the parking lot. We parking lot, pimping air and out the parking lot. You haters couldn't stop me, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Do y'all little niggas need a lift? Making sure the execution's swift. How I'm killing all these niggas jumping in and out of whip. You haters couldn't stop me, I'm ballin' in this bitch. Do y'all little niggas need a lift? Making sure the execution's swift. How I'm killing all these niggas jumping in and out of whip. Couldn't stop me, your boy looking cocky. I slide on you haters and eat them all. Shipping broccoli, then side with your bitch. You know I'm liking them sake. I like my money on hoes. I chase some chickens like Rocky. And you know I come and do and get it all day. Speed dial is a cold way. Sipping Henny in my lobby, nigga. Telling them me in the whole way. We like drinking, getting money dipped in the latest fashion. Hustle, money made, flipped it right into rapping. Doing 9 to 5 while they bringing the packs in. Me and my bro getting ready to bring the stacks in. Every night is a party on my block. Labor Day shit like Juve.
HHPOV.
Yeah. No, y'all good. It's just me.
This mic back here is the silence people. You know what I'm saying? This one is the cut them off, get them out of here. Yeah, what's up? Heroes Headquarters. Thursday, 6 to 8. You already know, man. HHPOV, hip hop point of view. You gotta point at them. We got our first guest up in the building. What's the name we gonna go by? Cause I see a name on the gram.
Yeah,
Your introduction that you gave me was another name. I don't want to be mixing nothing up, man.
I mean, we could go by G, but my name is Garrison Redd, but everybody call me Big Money G on the gram.
Yeah.
This is my cousin right here, Garfield Williams.
Yeah.
I founded an organization called the Garrison Redd Project.
I like
and,
that.
You know,
I like that name.
We here to talk about it today. You know,
Yeah.
You got some questions, I got some answers.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. I like the energy, man. I like
Yes.
the energy. I
Positive
appreciate
vibes,
it.
man.
Yeah,
Positive
all day,
vibes.
every day, man. All day, that's all we need, man. That's what we need, man, to uplift this culture and keep it moving forward, you know, and keep it growing. You know, we was talking about some stuff off the air, you know, just about the culture and some rappers and, you know, and some things and all of that, man. I want to introduce like a survey to people, man, before they get up in this culture. You know what I'm saying? I think people need to be tested. I think they need to be tested, man, because if we don't do it, man, it's going to disappear. It's going to disappear. It's just going to be known as the rap business. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, it's crazy because a lot of people outside the culture or outside the urban communities don't even know that hip hop is a culture. They just see rap music and rap videos and that's it.
Yeah, that's a fact. I agree with you right there. You know, I grew up in an era, Jay-Z, Reasonable Doubt.
Yes.
You know, Biggie.
I was just
After
listening
Death.
to that last week too.
Biggie
Yes.
Life After Death. So I don't
Yes.
really relate to these new rappers because back in the day it was real gritty. It was real. You felt it. Like I seen that yesterday growing up. You know, these new kids, it's kind of crazy out here. They wild.
Yeah, and it's crazy because you know I'm being a representative of hip hop, you know, and growing up in it. I try not to be biased. It's so hard though. It's so hard, you know what I'm saying, not to be biased. I try to be open-minded about the new artists and give them the benefit of the doubt. But, you know, there is a lot of guys rapping now that have no idea, like, what they're really involved in. You know what I'm saying? What they're a part of. They just see, you know, the fame, the glory, and I don't know. I don't even know if they're rapping anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not even gonna say mumble rap or anything. We just gonna say like, I truly believe like probably 5% of the guys that's doing it now actually are artists.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Everybody else is just
in it for the money.
Yeah, in for the money, you know. There's so many people rapping now. So many people.
That single.
Everybody.
They looking for that one hit, you know, and then just going on stage every night making $10,000, but they're not understanding that it's short-lived.
Yeah.
If you have a body of work, it could last forever. Like,
yes.
We used to have albums that was like 16 tracks.
The whole album fire.
Yeah, story.
Yeah, exactly.
And those we still listen, like Nas, and we still listen
Styles
to the classics.
Yeah, man. So where you guys from?
We from Brooklyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
I grew up in Flatbush.
Brooklyn's big.
Yeah, I grew up in Flatbush.
He grew up in Flatbush. I grew up in Brownsville.
Hey, that's what's up. I'm representing Brownsville.
Right now
too.
I'm in the east now.
Okay.
You know.
Well, that's like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
you know?
right.
That's a good walk. That's a good walk. That's a good walk. You know what I'm saying? Representing Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn has contributed so much to this and continues to. That's what's crazy. Like I truly believe that Brooklyn might be the most consistent borough when it comes to this to rap. You know, rapping, establishing rap careers.
Yeah, and the culture in general.
Contributing to the culture.
Yeah,
it might be the most consistent borough, man. I think that's something
probably
that
one
we
of the
should
biggest
look into and
impacts.
talk about.
Yeah, it's the swag. Like right now, we dealing with a clothing line called MILF Dad and everything. Those are our partners. We like ambassadors for them.
Say that name again.
MILF Dad.
MILF Dad?
Yeah.
Interesting name, right?
It catches you though.
Shenanigans.
But our goal is to have it worn in Brooklyn first.
Okay.
Like that's the borough we gotta conquer. Because we heard the radio say something about A Boogie. Once A Boogie got started playing in Brooklyn, they knew it had to be on the radio.
Yeah, he was popping in the Bronx. They said once they get to Brooklyn, we giving him mad play.
Yeah.
And he got the Brooklyn quick. He got the Brooklyn quick. Yeah. He got all the boroughs quick.
But Brooklyn is like that borough.
Yeah. I think just because Brooklyn was, I think the reason why Brooklyn holds its own so much is because it's like its own city at one time, and I think it's never lost that. Like, and especially now with the rebuilding of Brooklyn, you don't even have to leave it no more.
Yeah,
you don't even have to leave the borough to have that same feel of like Soho.
Exactly.
And all of that.
We got our Williamsburg.
It's all right there.
Greenpoint.
It's all right
downtown
there,
Brooklyn.
Yeah, Brooklyn is amazing, man.
And I seen that transition from downtown Brooklyn being a place you don't want to go. Like a place I used to have to call my cousin like, yo, we got to go together. Like, we can't go, whatever. So, now it's like Pleasantville.
It's crazy. Yeah. I remember high school running down. I used to talk to a chick in Farragut.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with them
sides.
All right.
And listen, coming from the Bronx, that's how I felt. I already knew the deal.
But
coming from the Bronx.
You see, the funny thing is with Brooklyn dudes,
yeah,
we don't go to the
Bronx.
At the last place we go, the Bronx.
Yeah.
I said the Bronx, forget it.
Nah, if a girl invite me to the Bronx, woo.
Yeah,
I say that too.
It was crazy because like, I mean, us growing up in the Bronx, man, the Bronx was like, I think Bronx was more grimy because like a lot of people, there was no reason to be in the Bronx.
There you go.
Yeah.
Unless you was going to a Yankee game, which was only during the spring.
Exactly.
And
you
the
don't
summer,
go over there.
Or the Bronx Zoo, which
with your kids,
was
with family,
kids. You know what I'm saying? You wasn't coming to the Bronx. So I think that's what kind of separated the Bronx from everything. Like there was no reason to be in the Bronx.
Yeah.
You know, Harlem had its thing. Brooklyn had its thing going on. Everybody had a thing going on where you'd be like, you know what, let's go to
You don't really got to dip too much.
You know, let's go to Brooklyn real quick. And you hear about a party in the Bronx. You like, party in the Bronx, like, wait, man, they ain't got no clubs over there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't got no clubs in the Bronx. What's up, man?
I gotta take what train to the last stop? Nah.
I don't know nobody over there.
It was just growing up, but me growing up in the Bronx, and I'm a super huge fan. Like anybody that knows me I'm a super huge fan of Biggie and Jay-Z. I argue people down that these guys are like the nicest.
Oh yeah,
the nicest to do it. Like, and then this no disrespect to anybody else. Like, I love Rakim and I love Chuck D and Karis One and everything, but it's just that like these guys had a package when they came into the game. Like Biggie transformed the whole game. Like,
definitely did.
He made you put down your Tim boots and your camouflage.
Yeah, you know,
go get a Coogee. And go get some Versace shit and be fly.
Yeah,
you know what
they
I'm
taught.
saying?
Yeah, that's what.
And then Jay made you wanna hustle to kind of be like, yo, I hustle. You know what I'm saying? So it, you know, I love those two artists, man, and they done so much for the
culture,
for the business and the culture.
Yeah, the business.
You know what I'm saying? So Brooklyn is I'm gonna have to put that down on social media as Brooklyn being the most consistent borough in rap.
Yeah.
And I want maybe and take Brooklyn to compete against other states like Atlanta and all of that
Atlanta's pretty big too.
And I wonder what we're gonna see what the outcome is about that one. So let's get back to y'all guys. This MILF Dad.
Yeah.
Like, is this is this your idea, your creation?
Nah, this my man creation, but he was from Jersey.
Yeah.
And to sell clothes, you got to be from New York. Like, you want people to wear it, you got to be from New York.
Yeah.
So it was crazy. My godfather had a clothing line, some called Courtesy of or whatever. And we did a photo shoot. And these dudes was like so amazed because, you know, I'm just cool. I'm in a chair. So they like, yo, you would be a good person to be down with us. So we talked, you know, chopped it up. And he just like brought us on a team. So from there, I had the Brooklyn connection, the New York connection and stuff like that. And it's hip-hop, streetwear. So that's what we be trying to, you know, put out there. So he's like, yo, I know you know everybody in Brooklyn from the highs to the lows of Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So that's how we pretty much connected. And plus I had my organization and stuff like that. So, and it just promote positivity.
Yeah.
That's the goal. We trying to promote positivity because there's so much negativity these days.
Yes, most
See
definitely.
what happening on the news and everything.
Yeah.
Like we were just talking back,
Yeah,
you know,
man.
about the rappers and Extension and everything. Rest in peace. But
Rest in peace.
yeah, it's just so much negativity in this world, so we try to just bring positivity.
I mean, man, listen, man, I ain't mad at you. I mean, we trying to do the same thing, and it's an uphill battle when you're doing positive because positive is not cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To us, you know,
That's why we
as
trying to
being in
make
the
it
urban
cool.
hood and everything, it's not cool to be positive. Like, you're not supposed to be that guy to go to
Yeah.
church and have a 9 to 5, and like you can have a regular job, but it's not cool to promote a regular job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like, he got a regular job. Like, there's no risk. There's no risk.
And you automatically think like he's struggling or
Yeah.
something like that. Like, nah, it's not always like that, you know?
Hey, man, them hustlers are struggling more than some of the guys with the regular jobs.
It's about longevity,
Exactly.
honestly. Like, the turtle and the rabbit race. We always hear about that.
You already know. You already know. So, yo, this is interesting. MILF dad, man. I mean, I don't hear too many women out there talk about them looking for like a MILF dad. A MILF dad. Are you a dad?
Nah, I'm not a dad. I'm not a dad.
Okay.
Neither
Are you a dad?
Nah, no kids.
Okay.
Nobody in the team actually have kids, to be
but
honest with you.
Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what's up.
When the time is right.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. So, what is your organization has an interesting name? Can you repeat that again?
It's the Garrison Redd Project.
Garrison Redd. Yo, it sounds like a soundtrack.
Nah, it's more like it's like power, cause it's something I thought of, like, cause I wanted to just like change the world. And
Yeah.
I'm like, if I want to change the world, I want to change the world my way. I don't want to change it anybody else's way.
Yeah.
So it's just a project, and then I was like, yo, bro, how the Garrison Redd Project sound for an organization we're gonna start?
It's a dope name.
And he's like, yeah, it's kind of
perfect.
cool. The GRP right there.
It's a dope name.
Yeah,
man.
so
And
It's for everybody. GLP is everybody.
everybody,
It's not just
like-
him, it's everybody.
It
for
sounds like
everybody.
something you want to be part of. Like when you
Yeah.
mention it, you know what I'm saying? Like it. Now that's a cool name.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
a project is a building process. It's
yeah.
something we building. It's not like, I was gonna say like movement, but I'm like, there's different movements. This is
Yeah.
something I'm trying to build. We don't know where it's gonna exactly go.
Yeah.
But we just want to change lives.
It's a
like,
process,
You know,
yeah.
help
We got
people.
faith in it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got lots of faith.
So how long has this organization been established?
The crazy thing is, we started this organization about a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, it was about, I think, in July, make a full year.
Yeah. July
honestly,
definitely
yeah.
does.
And it came because like I would be working out in the gym and people would be coming up to me, you know, just asking me questions on how I'm stay so motivated.
Yeah.
And they just inspired by some of the things I do. Then I was thinking like, what if I could help people on a larger scale? Because like, I got injured. I got shot in my back. I was outside when I was 17 years old.
Wow.
Which burnt, Yeah.
Wow.
Which burnt the nerves around my spinal cord or whatever, which left me unable to walk. So, but through that, I was like, I didn't think nothing of it. You know, growing up in the hood, you could be dead.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You don't make, a lot of people I know don't make it to 21 or
Exactly.
whatever. So I never was discouraged or anything. I always remained positive. Like, I'm here for a better
Kept the
reason.
same
you
energy.
know?
Yeah.
day
Yeah.
one.
So from there, I went on as, you know, graduated from high school, then graduated from college with my bachelor's in finance.
Congratulations.
Thanks, man. So then I went, got a job. Well, I got a job, but it was like hard, and it wasn't even a job that I was really like I was overqualified for. But I just settled because I had a, at the time like I can't be around people in the be in the streets all day getting into trouble. Yeah. Like I got a degree now. Like I gotta do something, just to keep me afloat till I know what I want to do.
Yes, exactly.
So I did that, do taxes like seasonal or whatever, just to keep a little bit of bread in my pocket.
Yeah, the means of making it happen.
But through that, I was observing like how they was treating like people with disabilities, not necessarily me, but people that was voiceless. Because I'm not gonna let anybody treat me any kind of way. But there's a lot of people out there that get treated with discriminated on and things of that nature. Where I'm like, I gotta help these people. Like I observed this for years and years. I ain't say nothing. And then I started reading on statistics and things like that. And then from there, I'm like, yo, bro, I think I got a way we could change the world, but help everybody. Because then I thought about impoverished kids come growing up in impoverished neighborhoods myself, like, Brownsville, South Bronx.
And they don't got the resources they need.
Yeah, they don't got the resources like that. So, and then if I showed them like, hey, I'm doing good. Yeah, different path. Like, yo, you could go to school. You can make a little bit of money, so you don't have to be on the streets, hustling and stuff like that. Because once you're in the system, it's hard to get out the system.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, 2 questions I want to ask you, right, about your disability.
Yeah.
One is that when you said, let me be the voice for other individuals that are not capable have some type of disability and can't function as the rest, like was it because of one that you was that you're from the hood and your disability came at like sort of in a violent way, like a gunshot, so did that kind of like build up like like I'm a little bit stronger. Yeah. I may be a little bit stronger than the average person because I took this and I kept it moving 100. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So was that one of your reasons that you said, I think I can do this?
Yeah, like I'm gonna be honest with you. When I got shot, like I was in a hospital and my my mother's uncle told me like, you're not gonna die. Like, you already survived this. You're gonna live your life. Like you're gonna live for a long time. So you might as well make the most of it because you don't have to worry about death anymore.
Exactly.
So I thought about that. I'm like, he's right. So that always played in my head for like years, like 10 years. It just was playing in my head. Mm-hmm. So then I got to the point like, I gotta help people now. Like I'm strong. Like I done did everything. I've been tested. I didn't fold. I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. Like, why not I give back and inspire? Because there's a lot of people that's depressed out here in this world and willing to take their life because of what they're dealing with. And I get told people that every day, like, come up to me like, yo, you inspire me. Like, and they tell me their stories. Like, and I'd be like, whoa. And I'd be like, I'm glad I could help. And as people come to me and you're like, life is a test. But once you get over that test, we all going to experience adversity. Yeah.
And then another, like the second question is that, you started the Garrison project, right?
Yeah.
You got it going on and everything. And your steps that you're taking to make this a full functional, project or, organization for people to be a part of. When you're approaching people, are people genuinely saying, you know what, I want to do some good, let me be a part of this, or may it be a little bit of sympathy for you because you're coming at them and you're in a wheelchair, so it's like, oh, you know what, this guy, let me see what it's about, you know what I'm saying? Because like it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's like you gotta use your advantage and your disadvantage to proceed in the world and to get what you need. And you know what I'm saying? And if somebody's having sympathy for you, it's almost like marketing in a way, you know, in a positive way, because it's like you probably couldn't have got their attention if you were, you know what I'm saying, if you was fully functional and this and that. So, you know, if that happens, do you kind of feel some type of way about it?
Well, see, the thing with us is we had a different plan. Like, we didn't really force it on people.
Yeah.
We just figured we could lead by example. So, like, I started, like, training for the Paralympics, you know, for powerlifting.
Wow.
In my weight class. And basically, I'm going to tell you how that worked. Like, I went to a meet or whatever, first time. This was about 2 months ago.
Okay.
I joined the track team at the top of the year or whatever, and it was one of the best track teams in the tri-state.
Yes.
Because this dude saw a lot of potential in me. So I went to the powerlifting meet and outlifted everybody in an open weight class. I lifted like 250. So 2 days later, you know, when they say someone will find you, Team USA called me.
Wow.
I was like, yo, we want you to go to a camp. So
Like the next week.
yeah, basically. So it's like, by leading by example, then people see progress. Like, and then people say, wait, he was just doing, and now he's gonna be here? Or like this Apple commercial I just did.
Oh wow.
So people gonna see me in the Apple, but like I was doing little modeling. I did all the little things step by step, and that's what we always pride ourselves. Trusting the process and not missing a step.
Yeah.
So if we have all the experiences, just good things gonna come our way. And to be honest, like, when it's your time, it's like the man upstairs make you skip the line.
Yeah.
So as soon as I made up my mind like I was gonna help people, that's when I wrote an essay basically to TED, which is one of those big talk sites or whatever, and they contacted me right back. So that put me on a platform, one of the biggest speaking platforms right then and there, or for an essay from a kid from Brownsville wrote on how he gonna change the world.
Yeah.
So that's like leading by example. It's not like I'm just talking like, oh, help.
Yeah, you're just talking like,
I don't
give
need
me some
help, but when I got my platform, I'm gonna tell like what goes on, what goes on in the hood, how disabled people get treated, all sorts of things. I'm gonna tell, because my goal in life is to be the mayor of New York City. So that's what I'm aspiring to be. So I'm like telling like there's good people at the club, so don't think like clubs are this, that, and the third sometimes, because those are people too that like to party. You know, some people got negative perceptions of different type of people. Yeah. So I'm trying to end that, or be the voice for them.
Yeah, it's too much separation. That's the problem.
Too much separation.
That's the big problem.
Now, do you think that, I mean, in some cases, separation is good?
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It is needed, you know, because there's certain things like, some things we got to be separated from, because, you know, you just might not be qualified for this. And just because you're on this, you might be taking somebody else's spot that really deserved that because of that. But like, it's very interesting, and you know what it is too. It's crazy that, you know, like sometimes people talk and you hear them talk and you listen like yeah. But I'm listening to you talk and I'm really like believing in you. Like when you said I'm shooting to be mayor of New York, that shit just struck me like, and I'm like, yo, bro, you could be mayor of New York because
this ain't no joke.
You talking some real talk right now.
I'm talking to the people, like,
so it's like it's like,
we not.
Why wouldn't I vote for you?
You know
what I'm saying?
Like,
why wouldn't I vote for you?
I'm talking for the people that you know we forget about a lot of times. Like, there's a lot of people that's forgotten about for no reason, just because. Yeah. Because of what? They didn't have the same opportunity as another. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna be mayor to them, and there's a lot of them.
Listen, man, when you running, man, I'm voting. I'm telling you that right now. I'm voting, man. I'm voting. Holler at me. I'm coming down and cheering it on, because
it'll be change that we want.
Yeah. See, you can make change because of the background. Like, people will believe. I think when it comes to things like that, politics and running, and people's running for that, it's like, I think people vote for the people that they feel that can kind of understand them and feel their pain. Yeah. Whereas in you can see it's like
been through it.
Yeah, exactly. It's like
I went to the New York City public school. You know, I went to James Madison High School, public school.
Yeah.
Kingsborough, I got a 2-year degree from there. York, I got the 4-year degree.
So are
from
you
there.
doing a lot of speaking engagements?
I'm trying to get more, but I'm trying to speak to the youth right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just looking around, searching, and like the opportunities, we're gonna create them. So what I'm gonna do this summer is do like every week a seminar in different park.
Okay.
And a workshop.
So like a pop-up seminar almost.
Yeah,
to a
just
degree.
pop-up. Yeah, so
that's dope.
yeah, so the way we're gonna market that is go around to, recreational centers, churches, all around. Instagram. We're gonna use all the means that we have to market and just get people to come out.
Yeah.
And we're not looking for no, publicity or for it. We're just trying to talk to the people about some of the issues that we know that they are facing, and just give them some motivation. Like, it's not forever. Nothing in life is forever. So
Exactly.
where you at today is not where you're gonna be tomorrow, type of thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I definitely wasn't on that same spot in the train that I was on yesterday that I came on today. So you know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Things do change up and everything. We got our hosts and our co-hosts up in the building right now. Introduce yourselves, please.
E, what's going down?
Yo, what's
Sorry,
up? It's your
big
girl Tay.
Yeah.
So I know this is Big Money G. What's your name, big fella?
Garfield.
Garfield. Okay, Garfield, what's going on? So G, quick question. And I know when we was at the event, we didn't get to speak on it. What were you always motivational speaking, like as a kid?
Well, right before you came, I was basically saying, like, this is how it came about. After I got shot when I was 17 years old. I grew up in Brownsville. They just started shooting outside one day, and I got hit. But between like 17 and the age of, I would say, like 27, for 10 years, I was just observing different issues. And when I started going to like the gym and being like doing some modeling and things like that, people just were so inspired by me and just asking me questions like how I'm able to do what I do. And I'm like, you just got to do it. It's just a mindset. I'm just that ambitious and motivated. So then I said, let me start speaking to a larger scale of people, because like I was saying, I want to be mayor of New York City one day. So the only way I could be mayor of New York City is if I go out and speak to the people, speak to the public.
And do it from now.
And we're going to do it from now. Like, why wait? The time is now on everything for the most part. So,
And we need some people in the political stance right now that's motivating us.
and like I was saying, it's a lot of individuals out here that are overlooked. And those are the individuals I speak to and speak for, because of the fact that, that's where I come from. I feel like I was like overlooked for a lot of things, being that I grew up in a tough neighborhood. Then I suffered this disability. But I'm like, I still persevered, and I'm still motivated. Now I'm trying to motivate others to persevere through whatever they're going through, because
So you weren't a motivator. Were you a motivator as a child, or you feel like
I was a star athlete as a child. So like I always was a leader. That's one thing.
You
Like,
always stood out.
yeah, I always stood out the crowd. It just was me. Like at 17, 16, I was benching like 315 pounds. So I was always stronger than
he was the
everybody.
biggest kid on the
yeah,
sport team.
exactly.
What sport were you playing?
Football.
What
Yeah,
position?
I was a running back.
Running
I was
back.
sixth in
Wow.
the city in Russian, actually,
Wow.
for James Madison High School. And then when I got injured, I still stood out. Like everybody, never was like, how could I put it? Like, I was always accepted. Like everybody's like, nah, now he's the flyest person in the chair. Like he's still like the coolest person. So it's like,
Bounce back like nothing.
yeah. So I'm like, what about the kids though? Like I gotta give back. Like these kids need, some guidance sometimes, just a little direction. So if I could provide those resources to them, then, it can make the world a better place.
What's deep about the story is, I know as a running back, like that freedom.
Yeah.
The freedom of the sport, right? You
Yeah.
get that ball, and you
make
just
your
taking
move.
off. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're taking off to go into a situation where now you can't do that. How like was it depression in the beginning? Was it?
Nah, see, like I was saying, it really never was any depression, because another thing was the doctor told me, is like, you don't have to be a player. You could be the coach. So I thought about that for a second. There's only one coach to every team. There's one head coach.
Yeah.
The team takes the fall. It's the coach they point the finger at.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like, I have leadership qualities. I'll be the coach. I can teach the game instead. So I never was depressed. It was like, and then my moms wouldn't let me. My mom's is about yay high, but she's
Not hearing
not for 1 second. You better put your buckle up, you know. You better get
to it.
through this ride real quick. You better get your plan together. So I never was really
deep,
depressed, and that's what I try to tell people. Like, whatever you're going through, you can overcome it. Life is long. Like,
That's so
long.
deep, man. Because I remember when we were at the event, and I remember Dolo telling me that he had a motivational speaker, chef, just a host of people. And then, you know, I saw you. I came in. I met you.
Yeah.
And then when I saw you come as the motivational speaker, I was like, oh.
Wait, hold on. I was just speaking to him for 10 minutes.
Yeah. I was like, this is special. This is real special.
Man,
So
yeah, and then I did a TED Talk. And the crazy thing is, like, most people that's professional speakers, like, go their whole life to just do a TED Talk. And I wrote an essay. I told my man, I was like, they selected me right then and there. And, like, when it's your calling, God make you skip that line. Like, this is what you're doing right here. You didn't have to wait all of that time. And then from doing a TED Talk, I did an Ignite Talk. That's another big, like, presentation type talk. So
what was your foundation on the TED Talk? Like, what were you stressing, or did you?
Life is like lemonade, and how to overcome adversity. Like, life could throw you lemons, but you get some sugar, some ice, and some water. You turn that into some lemonade, and it'd be sweet. It'd be the best, most refreshing thing you can have.
That's real. And was there anybody at TED that you really looked at and was like, oh, I like the way this one went or that one went?
I judge myself. Like, it was so different for me, like, to be speaking on that scale at something on that magnitude that I didn't know what to expect. Like, I don't know what I liked or what I didn't like at the time. So when I did it, it was just like.
Were you watching TED before?
I'll tell you how it all came about. A good friend of mine's named Connie was like, yo, you an interesting person. Like, what you doing? Like, what do you do? Like, you own your own business? And I'm like, nah, just, you know, I'm just a smart guy. I got my bachelor's degree in finance. You know, I'm pretty proficient in a lot of things. So she like, yo, you should do a TED Talk. You should. I'm like, TED Talk? What's that? He's like, yo, TED Talk, bro. You don't know what a TED Talk is? So
Learn a lot.
Like, in 3 days, I'm like, yo, bro, I saw like 16 TED Talks. Yo, this crazy.
Now,
I'm
when
learning
she said that, I'm
all
like,
different
I wasn't
stuff.
thinking of that.
And from there, because we was thinking like, yo, what should we do? Like, what we gonna do? Like, working a 9 to 5 and just sitting behind the desk is not for us. Because like, we got qualities that we need to like show the world. Like, and people always telling me, coming up to me like, you inspire me, you motivate me. And so I'm like, what if I can motivate others? You know, I'm from New York City. There's a whole lot of people here that need motivation sometimes.
For sure.
So let me just go out to the streets and talk to the people that I'm comfortable with. And then from there, I'm going to build up skills and go further and further. So it was crazy. They put me on that stage right away, but I had rolled with the punches. I'm like, I survived a gunshot, you know. I didn't discrimination all day. Like, so it's like, why not?
Yeah, this is a breeze.
Yeah.
So is it like we were saying earlier, like, because of the gunshot, it's like anything else is like small to you. Like, it's like it's nothing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you value the moment.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
You know, nothing is too big to overwhelm you, but you still value the moment.
That's a fact.
But so, and I'm thinking from your perspective, right? From your point of view.
Yeah.
When you walk onto the TED stage, right?
Yeah.
Are those people like sitting through mad different TEDs, or that's the
yeah,
first?
they sitting through mad different TEDs, but I just had a vision. Like, I played. Once I got selected, I played it out in my head like every day. I rehearsed, but not only I rehearsed, I dreamed about it. Like, this is what I gotta do. Like, I gotta get the audience attention. So I'm one of those type of people. I'll read a lot of literature on whatever I'm about to do before I do it. So I was just reading like, yo, this is how you speak. A lot of speaking books, and it said you gotta have something to catch the audience. So since it was like 15 minutes, I'm like, I'm gonna break this talk down for 15 minutes. I'm gonna tell about life in 15 minutes, and it's gonna be lemonade because there's so many different elements that go into lemonade, but it's not a lot of elements. Like, it's different elements, but not a lot. So I could break it down and just tell a story just like that. Yeah,
and it's, you know, one of those amazing things about speaking is when you can make it relatable to all thinking levels, you know, then they
I
get it.
was going to ask that, like, do you ever change your topic based on your audience?
Oh yeah, definitely. If it depends on who they are. Like, for the Ignite talk, for instance, it wasn't motivational. It was more about something that's like technologically gonna better the world. So I talked about how we could design a device that to assist people with disabilities with ambulating. So that was like a big transition, and the talk was more or less slideshow presentation. So it was a 5-minute talk. So it was like
you had to prepare a slideshow of what that would look
20
like?
slides, and I had 5 minutes to talk about each slide. So that was a nice little,
5 minutes total? Or
total, 5 minutes total. So it's
talk
quick.
about each slide.
So each slide broke down to like 15 seconds.
That's dope.
Yeah. And I told how like we could design a device that could pretty much propel individuals to walk, because if we sent the man to the moon in 1960, then spinal cord injury and spinal cord diseases should be eliminated by now, in my opinion.
Yeah. On Wakanda, they eliminated.
Yeah.
On Wakanda, dudes getting shot in the back and they good.
You see?
You
see?
They
Exactly.
never walking. Everything is loud.
Yeah. Maybe we got to go there or whatever, you know?
To them, they eliminated that. So now, and this is, and you can let me know if this is not too personal of a question.
You can ask me anything, man.
So when I see you, you hitting the gym, getting it going, right?
Yeah.
So I know the upper body is developing from all of that.
Yeah.
What did the doctors say? How does that help the lower body?
Well, like to propel my legs, because I got like movement like in my hip flexors and stuff like that. That's like my hip. That's how, if you ever noticed on my Instagram, I'm able to ambulate a little with the braces or walker.
Gotcha.
So I use those muscles, but like my abdomen muscles help propel my leg muscles. So it's the compensation right there.
Gotcha.
Because since my abs is a little more stronger and more engaged, then those muscles help propel my legs in that.
Dope. I was a point I had to ask you. I was thinking, I was like, I'm gonna
ask me anything, man. I'm one
That's
of those
real.
cool dudes, you know.
So now,
Definitely makes me feel like I have no excuse to go to the gym.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. I've been slipping on the gym. I saw G.
I saw G.
John.
Wait a second. I can't do one of those sessions.
I said G is making me feel bad, man. But making me feel good.
See,
It's a bad meaning bad,
all
but
of that
bad meaning
gym,
good.
Team USA called me to come out for a powerlifting camp that way. So
wow.
Yeah, and that was out of nowhere because I competed in one powerlifting meet or whatever. And I lifted more than everybody there. And it was an open weight class. And then 2 days, I get an email. I call him on the phone. I'm like, I don't know if this is real, but this says the performance manager for Team USA wants you to come by for a spot on the team. And he like, we got to show your track coach this right now.
Yeah, you guys
email him. Right, and he's like, yo, that's real. You got to go. We sending you 1, 2, 3. Like,
that's heavy, man.
Yeah, I lifted 250, but right now I'm going for 300. You know. Next time I compete.
About 35, you know.
You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, right?
But a year ago, I was lifting probably like what, 175, something like that. Not much.
So you were growing with that.
Consistency, man. Consistency, because I seen like a lot of people was just like motivated, like keep going. I need to see you in the gym so I could go to the gym. So then I'm like, I'm better in the world right there. Like, with all of these health issues these days, you know, we
it's
need
a reciprocal
that.
energy. This is what we were talking about, that reciprocating energy. Now, the mayor piece you were talking about.
Yeah, the mayor piece.
So what is, let's say 2 things, right? We got Mayor Money G, right? It would have to be that. You know what I'm
It would
saying?
have to be that.
It
I'm
can't
only
be-
voting
it
for
can't
that.
be
Mayor
Mo-
Money
it
G.
can't
Only
be-
I like
voting
that.
for
I
that.
like
Mayor
that.
Money G.
Yeah, it can't be
I'm
Mayor
only
Garrison.
voting-
It can't.
yeah.
It can't be
That's
that.
too
It can't be
corny.
that. You
I
know what
want
I'm
the
saying?
people. Yeah, Mayor
The
Money
people gotta
G.
really relate.
Right? The do rag at inauguration.
Yeah, that's why I put the do-rag on with the
Inauguration got the
Yeezys, you know?
do-rag.
I got the Yeezys, so I'm like, I gotta be for the people today, you know?
The last OG.
Yeah. Why not? This is how we dress. This is our culture.
This
We
is
all
what we
express
doing.
ourselves the way we express ourselves.
So what are 2 things that you would want to change in your office for New York?
So many things, but one of the main things I want to change is like putting more recreational centers and outlets for the children and in the inner parts of the city. You know, like if you ever go to the park right up the block here, that public park, it's magnificent. You got the children park with the slides. I'm like, I never see. They gave us a sprinkler and that was it. It works sometimes, but kids need that to
In a way.
interact with.
Absolutely.
To interact with each other. Like if you ever go to like certain areas of Brooklyn, like Brownsville, where else, like Bed-Stuy, there's no real parks. Like these parks look hard. There's no grass. We all got scars.
They don't even have the mats anymore. For like the mats to protect you before.
And that's what I said.
They don't even have the
It's
mats
hard.
anymore.
Like,
It's
so
straight
where we supposed to
concrete,
play
man.
at?
Bring your own mattress, bro.
Yeah, it's hard. Like the basketball courts don't have rims sometimes. So like, I want to give more. I got to give more outlets to the kids for one. And then another thing I want to do is try to correct the violence. Like try to stop the violence somehow. You know, I'm not.
What do you think? So if we talked about violence, right? And Garfield, you're not off the hook either. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? We start with you first. Like, what would you say is like one of the main reasons for violence in the inner cities?
I would probably say lack of information.
Lack of information.
Yeah, I think lack of information.
Explain
they
that.
know too much, and they're not experienced like this. They used to seeing one thing and one thing only, and they're not given other options. But I mean, you would hear about it probably in music, maybe some books in school. But sometimes you got to actually take them out the environment and show them a whole complete different environment. So it could get their minds racing and thinking different.
Yeah,
that makes sense. What would you say, Jay?
I really agree with him on that one right there. Like, they got to get better, more experiences. Like, a lot of kids I grew up with never been outside of New York State, period. So it's like, you got to see other places and how other people live. And if you see how other people live, you would try to, push away all of that, like violent stuff, that violent behavior that you're seeing, like joining gangs and stuff like that. Because, I mean, New York City, it's a lot of gangs. It could be rough in certain areas, and it's a lot of cliques also. And it just takes one knucklehead out the clique to, have the whole clique a target.
Yeah. Or one charismatic kid out the clique that'll lead the whole clique down the wrong path.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So
there are those negative leaders and positive leaders. But I would say, one thing I noticed, and the career I'm in education. So one thing I've noticed, and it starts young, I don't think kids should be playing unsupervised.
Yep.
I see that all the time.
And I'm gonna tell you
to the store too.
And I'm gonna tell you why, right? Like when you go to the park, and I remember this on my block. It was just I was growing up. Kids would be in the park dolo.
On the regular.
On the regular.
No parents.
No parents. No nothing. No uncle. No nobody. No babysitter. And I think what you learn from very young. We're talking about like 7, 8.
Yeah.
And what you learn from that is how they treat each other.
Exactly.
And that's where it starts. That's where the violence starts.
The name calling, the words they say.
They start playing around, but then after it gets serious.
They get serious.
The bullying.
The bullying, exactly.
That's where it starts.
Exactly.
And some of it is survival. Some of it is, I come from my background in the park. Your background in the crib might be different than your crib. We might be in the same building, but my house is different. Your house is different. Yeah. So you may come out of an aggressive household.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the way the kids talk to each other is reckless.
Yeah.
Young.
Yeah, the words they're saying, but it's the music too. You got to look at the music that they're listening to. Like Tekashi, when my little cousin played Tekashi for me, I'm like, whoa, like this is real hardcore. Like, and how old
they know every word.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy about the music? We mentioned this a few shows ago, was that before, with the hard covers, with the CDs, it was parental advisory stickers. When you have streaming, there is none of that.
No, there is, but it doesn't stop you from.
All you gotta do is click that button and you just listen. Like you just listen. But see, but before you couldn't buy a CD. Nah. You wasn't allowed to buy a CD.
You need your parents to go get it for you.
So now it's just that.
Yeah,
it's like
young kids have a phone.
Yeah, it's like everybody's for themselves now.
Yeah.
I know kids that really can't read but could go on YouTube.
Yeah.
And like they
could work social media.
Yeah, I'm like,
but can't read.
Can't read though. How is this possible? And it's like you said, the lack of supervision.
So, and I think that starts because you said lack of info, and that's true too. But the flip side of the lack of info is too much info. Right, too much access to info. True. So now they're on that site streaming Tekashi, all type of joint, and they iterating it verbatim. So that's real. So you said one thing would be to stop the violence, and another thing would be more community centers.
Yeah, more outlets, you know.
Okay.
And it's for everybody too. It's going to benefit everybody, and because the gentrification and everything. So kids should be playing amongst each other. Like like white people shouldn't have to go to a park.
A different park.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel like if you create a nice park in the neighborhood, you're just going to make it more inclusive for everybody.
And there's a big debate, right, between like some people feel like, when Martin was saying his speech, one of his last speeches was like he felt like he was bringing people into a burning house because he thought, inclusion and desegregation would help us. Yeah. But it actually brought us into programs that they designed not for us now, right?
Yeah, that's definitely.
But what did happen though was there was a lot of tolerance for certain things, right? So those parks you talking about, those programs you talking about, there's some black and white people that know each other, right? And parents know each other, and you know how that person moves. I know how your culture moves. Yeah. So some good things happen from it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can learn from one another. That's another thing. Like me, I always went to diverse schools, and I always, hung out in like diverse neighborhoods. And I learned.
Was that because of your talent?
Basically, it took me places where I learned that like there's more outside of the neighborhood that we could go after and things like that. And I seen people like become successful just working on their dream, not necessarily thinking like, yo, it's gonna take forever for me to be rich. No, they just said, this is my dream, this is my goal, and I'm gonna go for it.
I'm moving forward.
And I see them like, nah, I knew what they was doing.
That's a good inspiration as well. Yeah. So what are you listening to now? Like what's on your like in the gym? In the gym, what do you?
T Grizzly, that's Meek Mill, of course.
Okay.
Now that Jay-Z album is fire. I like that.
Okay. So that we know that Dreams and Nightmares coming on when you powerlifting.
Yeah, gotta come on. I gotta listen to them. I gotta hear me.
I'm gonna give you a recommendation right now.
What's up?
An album I've been listening to for like a whole week straight.
Nas?
J-Rock.
Oh, his is hard.
Oh, yeah.
J-Rock.
That Redemption album is unbelievable.
I haven't got to that yet.
I didn't get to that yet. I'm gonna check that out.
I bumped it.
Yeah,
he's the music guy right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I love music to death.
So the J-Rock joint, what is it? A lyrical joint?
It's
good
a
music.
Joint. But see, J-Rock has always been nice. He's just been Kendrick has always been the head of TDE.
Okay.
So J-Rock has never gotten that shine like that, but
I think he was the first artist to actually.
He was the first one from
on
TDE.
Yeah, he was the first one.
You know what I'm saying? But that Redemption, bro. I was telling this guy, I said it reminded me. It has the feeling of Reasonable Doubt.
Ooh.
Wow.
It has that feeling.
Holding it to high standards.
Nah, you gotta really listen
because he's
dropping some jewels.
He's dropping so much.
That's good. That's what I like.
He's dropping so many joints. And remember when we was talking about Black Thought? About
his joints alright too.
Yeah, I listened to that. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
That's real. So the great segue for that is right. So hip hop wise, who is your deputy mayor? Right. who in hip hop would you?
Oh, I see.
Oh, so Cuzzo got eliminated.
No,
Cuzzo's there.
Cuzzo's there, but
automatically.
Yeah. Cuzzo's there for life.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying? Like,
if we had to go get somebody, that's why I say we.
You know
we had to go get somebody. It got to be Jay-Z. Like I want to get somebody with the most success under their belt. Mayor? Like Jay, I'll tell Jay, I'll take the shots. Yeah. But you give me that advice. I need that advice.
JLB work under somebody. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think so. But he always said he didn't want to be. He didn't want to be a politician on that level. Okay. So you could be.
Oh, that's great. That's true. Yeah, that's a good offer.
You could
he doesn't have to be.
I'll take
be
the
on
shots.
A different level.
Yeah,
just my advisor.
You get low. You get low. You know what I mean? I know you might be very influential, but I'll be low. Yeah. And I'll take I'll be the front man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's real. Okay. Did you have somebody else for him in mind?
Nah, Hov is the man. Yeah. Hov is definitely the man.
Yeah. Hov, and I would be honest too. That type of, been through up and down. Yeah. He represents a whole lot of people. You know what I mean?
Or if he denied, maybe Fab or somebody.
Nah, I think Hov.
I think Hov. It's nobody else that's could really.
Yeah, Fab. They'll give you controversy.
Yeah. I'm already.
After what I be hearing lately,
women.
yeah.
You ain't getting the women
You know what,
vote.
though?
You're not getting the
Fab
women
is a
vote.
very he's a very smart guy, man. Like,
and he's community.
and he's
community
deep.
recognized.
He's
That's
heavy in
why,
the
yeah.
community.
Yeah, he's got
heavy
some
into
keys to the
community
city and
work.
stuff like that.
You know what I'm
He's
saying?
very
So,
much.
Because me, I feel it have to be somebody that was born in New York. Like, it got
Absolutely.
to.
No,
Absolutely.
bro. Come on, let's keep
Yeah.
it real. It had to be somebody from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and somebody
You
from
already know
Brooklyn.
it. See, he tried to keep. He's like,
I
yeah,
can't
I'm
vote
from
for
New
him
York.
right now.
But deep
This is why I
inside,
can't
he's
vote for you,
it gotta
G,
be
because
the-
everything Brooklyn, you
It
just
gotta
got
be
everything
from
Brooklyn out.
I'm trying to think of who else, like from Harlem, I would holler at.
G, you gotta go like, you know what I'm saying? You already Brooklyn. You can't double up.
I'm not, yeah. Who from Harlem
Brooklyn
is
of
good
Mayor.
out
Deputy
there?
mayor, treasurer, Brooklyn,
know.
everything.
Nah, the treasurer could be a Harlem dude.
Dougie Fresh.
Oh.
Dougie Fresh is cool. Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh.
That's your,
Okay.
let his.
Let him do
pick
his
him.
mayor.
You picking yours.
Yeah.
Dougie Fresh is cool, though.
Who would you say outside of Brooklyn?
Outside of Brooklyn? Let's think about this.
See, I wasn't even thinking that. Right? Like, I didn't have nothing.
I'm
There's
trying
nothing
to think
outside
about
of Brooklyn.
somebody from the Bronx or somebody from
You
the
could go
Boogie
with
Down.
Cardi B, but you know.
I'll go with
Women?
Jada.
We'll go with Jada.
Jada Kiss.
Jada's
Represent
good.
the outside of the
Jada's
city as
good.
well.
I like Cardi too. Cardi's all right,
Yeah,
but
she
Jada is a good
Jada.
choice.
Okay.
Cause
So-
Jada
so-
stay out of trouble also.
So here's the point, right?
50 Cent.
50
If
Cent?
he willing to take the job.
Really? 50?
50 will take
Get
that
the
job.
strap.
Get the
50,
strap.
50's been successful at everything
Everything
he done.
touch, everything
But
touch.
do you want him on New York 1 saying get the strap?
No, but see, you know
But
what it
50
is, though?
will change
But you know
himself
what
for
it is,
that.
though? 50,
changing.
He know how to
he's
finesse
very-
it.
He'll
Yeah, he's
finesse.
adaptable.
He know how to
community
finesse it.
orientated
Yeah.
too
And he's
as
adaptable.
well. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's very
he
adaptable.
definitely adapts to whatever situation he's
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Because he's not keening all the time.
Yeah.
and he'll be good because people really ain't gonna come to me and get crazy with him. You got somebody.
They know.
You gotta think about it. He
You
don't,
get past 50, you can talk
he
to
don't
me.
really be in the
Yeah.
news like that either,
Nah,
like for
nah.
negative things. So it's like,
Not the news, but the social media.
he
Yeah.
does whatever.
It's a
but-
whole different.
But look at the president.
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, like, how we gonna complain about him?
Yeah, you
Look
can't
at the
complain about
president.
50.
Exactly.
And so, you made a good point though, right? If the president has this social media presence and then, 50 has this social media presence, what would your campaign look like? What would your office look like? Would you be like, you could do all that or you got to shut that down?
We're gonna have a lot. It gotta go through me. It gotta go through me. I gotta approve certain things because we ain't gonna mess this up.
No,
People
no,
already
no.
want us
So-
to fail.
so-
Like,
so
You
hashtag-
gotta get it right the first
yeah, I'm
shot.
gonna be like Obama. You holla at me first, all right?
So are you okay with Mayor Money G? Are you okay with hashtag Mayor Money G get the strap? Are you?
Maybe not to get the strap.
No,
Strap is too
no,
much.
no.
The strap is too
Leave the strap alone.
Leave the strap. Put the
Mayor
strap
Money
back.
G.
Money, leave the strap.
Mayor
alone.
Money G and 50 get the strap. Are you okay with that hashtag?
That'd be wild right there, you know?
That's real.
man.
You want to protect your reputation, how you present things.
Yeah, gotta go through me, bro.
Okay. So, any projects coming up now before we get into our pictures and promos?
Oh, well, I got Team USA powerlifting camp coming up,
crazy.
July
Big ups.
28th.
Where's that at?
That's gonna be in Long Island. It's being held in Long Island. Actually, it was just a crazy coincidence. I thought I had to go to Missouri because that's where the actual headquarters is. But that's one, and then the next thing is Apple commercial. It should be debuting any day now. They told me the 15th.
Can you
of
make sure that we get that?
Congratulations.
Oh yeah, y'all gonna get that link ASAP. Y'all
What's
gonna
the
get
What's
that
the
ASAP.
premise of the commercial?
I'm showing how the watch can actually count your rolls, the accessibility features. See, people didn't even know that
I
it
didn't
counts
know.
your
They
rolls.
called
So
me on-
like,
I'm like, they do that?
yeah. So I already got that. I'm trying to get more disabled individuals to use that. So, because I'm trying to promote health and wellness. So we got to see if your heart working right, man. You got to get active.
Element 10. Element
Quick question,
10.
Maybe you don't. I don't know, but somebody who's in, what I call them the push carts because my grandmother has
Okay.
one. But I'm saying, would it
Walker.
count the walker? Would it count?
No,
Both?
But no, it don't
Because-
count the walker because the walker don't have like a complete roll, but it counts
Okay.
the steps as regular steps with the walker.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know how accurate it is, so we gotta get your grandma a watch, have her test it out,
Yeah.
and if it's not that accurate, I'm gonna
Yeah.
make some phone calls.
Mayor G's on it. Mayor G's
And
on
then
it.
we got
gotta be on that
Mayor
walk.
Money G. Mayor Money G.
Exactly. And
Yo,
then
that's
gotta-
what we. You know, you gonna have to change that now. Man.
I am.
You gotta put that
Mayor
official.
Money G.
I'm running
I like
for mayor.
that, though.
You
Yeah.
gotta put that today.
I like
Officially,
that, you
I
know?
have declared my
And then I'm
campaign
supposed to be doing
for
a
mayor.
Google talk coming up too,
Oh,
so
man.
that's in the works right now. And you know, I'm gonna keep speaking about what goes on in the inner city and the
Oh, wow.
communities. You know, try to promote positivity now.
Super dope, man.
Yes.
Anything you need from us, please, man. Consider us
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely.
a call or whatever away, man.
I told them I'm gonna have like weekly workshops in the community, so I'm gonna definitely hit y'all up so y'all can come
definitely.
out. You know, and tell what y'all do. You
Yeah.
know, I want the
Yeah.
kids to know that there's people like you guys that exist
Absolutely.
in this world.
Yeah, that's a
And
fact.
y'all special. You know, we all
Yeah.
came here to be kings, so and queens. You
Oh,
know,
thank you.
you see, I had to look at her.
Perfect
I got the
timing.
queens.
Perfect
Yeah,
timing.
got the queens.
And
I
that's
see
and
you.
that's 3 votes he done got in the bag on today. He said, "I got 3 guaranteed votes right now."
Guaranteed.
Here we go.
Exactly.
All right, so we out. Hip Hop Point. We gonna take some pictures with Mayor Money G
Yeah.
and Deputy
mayor.
Mayor Golf. You know what I mean?
Deputy Carl.
Let's go. Hip
That's
Hop Point
great,
of View.
guys. Yeah, definitely.
Y'all niggas truly ain't ready for this dynasty thing. I run New York. Nigga, I'm from New York. Boogie, where'd you find this?
Live from the middle of 42nd, I'm blessing another banger by Psychotic. I'm on and I'm wrecking the Punisher beats. This is capital punishment, runners be speaking. Been Punisher, cast and make examples out you rappers. Bronx bomber from the city where the greats are from. Chris Rivers, OP Mala Reigns is from. Cuban Link, Busy Being and Remy Martin. Man, that verse on any up is sparking. I'll forever love my city. Bright lights and big dreams. Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills on the rails. Take it back to 93 and staying on it for that L. Hip hop, rap caused the panic. Salute to Queensbridge, the home of Illmatic. And the infamous, can't forget son, Derek Jeter showed that number 2 was number 1.
Y'all niggas truly ain't ready for this dynasty thing. I run New York.
Heard about it, you see about it, you read about it. It's in your papers, it's in your daily news.
Yo, I flipped the switch like when A.G. Mall went to power. Flex beefing with Hov, I'm feeling sour. It's still New York City, no effing cowards. Brooklyn, where the people yelling yawa. Fabulous Joel Ortiz, man, the boys are ether. Rest in peace, the birthplace of Aaliyah. High haters, even at the haters, loving me no BK. The birthplace of David Blaine, yo. Papoose drops charades. Meanwhile, the second Sunday in June is the PR parade. Floating through the city, all the people getting lit. Can't forget about Harlem. Shout outs to the dips. Children of the corn showed unity. Now we bumping that diplomatic immunity. Greatness is earned and never borrowed. You sucker MCs won't last in the Apollo.
Y'all niggas truly ain't ready for this dynasty thing.
No one out there can fuck with me.
I run New York.
No one out there can fuck with me. Heard about it, you see about it, you read about it. It's in your
New York, New York. I run New York.
Yeah, we be on the block heavy, Planet Rock, Africa, Bambaataa, Zulu Nation, and rock steady. Hardcore, jumping on city train.
We here, we here, we here, we here, we here, That's right. But I ain't going nowhere, nowhere. Look, I ain't going
What it do, what it does like? I'm on a mission here. Quick look around, spot a few girls I can get in here. Know my taste, never was thirst, but I can't be without something thick in here. So much cake, thought it was a birthday, blow the candles out, make a wish in here. Yeah, drinks, you know we gon' pour that. Facts, got hookah weed, we smoke all that. Facts, that's a true story, I won't lie. Got tools with me, got a crew with me that'll move swiftly, so don't try. Nah, look what you done started. Shorty got a wagon, she just needs somewhere to park it. If Cupid shot that arrow, I'm just hoping I'm the target. Catch me rolling up in the cut, we gon' light it up and just spark like we here. But I ain't going nowhere. Look, I ain't going nowhere. We walk around like we here. But I ain't going nowhere. Lanes do what they can do. My squad do what we want. Same dudes that are flame tools, but we came through just to stun. What you looking at me for? You can look but don't touch. I am hot like when the pot's right, they calling me to cook up. She says she a real one, baby girl, I'm the same. So somewhere on your body, I'm tattooing my name. Got a different flow for every day of the week, but I'm never gonna change. Got a grip to blow, it's not difficult. If you just stay in your lane, follow me, let's breeze. Go wherever I go. When I shine and you shine, you glow whenever I glow. Speeding through them stop signs, it's a green light all over. Step aside when I'm repping mines, get moved on to move over. We here. But I ain't going nowhere. Look, I ain't going nowhere. We walk around like we here. But I ain't going nowhere.
She's a dancer. 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 Got me watching you. She's a dancer, stuck on how she moves. She's a dancer, got me hypnotized. She's a dancer, gonna spend my money on my money tonight. Hey shorty, how you doing? See you every Friday. Watching you move. Damn, you're so sexy. No, it ain't real. It's all pure fantasy. Yes, I know the deal. It's all about the money. But I can't stop thinking about what we can do out of this club. Where it's just me and you. So say you're ready. Girl, give me that chance. Once I dive in, you'll be left in a trance. Got me watching you. She's a dancer.
Feels like it is. Got me thinking I'm the only one that matters in this club. Every time we exchange words, I feel that rub on my leg. Draw me in, asking if I'm ready for another dance. These pockets still heavy, so I said let's go. She took me to the top floor. Now she gives me a private show. Booty go up and down. Said the booty go up and down. Hips go round and round. Said the hips go round and round. Booty go up and down. Said the booty go up and down. Hips go round and round. Said the hips go round and round. She's a dancer. Got me watching you. Got me watching you. Got me watching you. She's a dancer. Stuck on how she moves. Got me stuck on how she moves. She's a dancer. Got me hypnotized. She's a dancer. She's a dancer. Gonna spend my money. Spend all my money tonight. All this money, girl, it's yours. Just keep on dancing. And I
Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Leah Givenchy, what's going on?
What's good? What's good?
How we doing?
Can't complain, rocking.
So based on the Instagram, I don't know if you were lying. You were running around. You just came back from somewhere.
From Atlanta, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So,
to make sure you weren't lying.
You know,
people be taking vacations.
Exactly.
And then now posting it like,
oh no, no, I'm always hashtag never not working.
You could put where you are. You know what I mean? You could put where you are, right? And sometimes you could lie where you are, right?
I don't want nobody to know where I'm at.
Exactly. So what were you doing in Atlanta, if you don't mind us asking?
Working on some music stuff. My photographer the only one that I trust is out there, so went out there and did like 5 photo shoots, like just try to get stuff done.
Was there like particular places in Atlanta that you were going for that look backdrop, or?
Actually, he was the one that came up with the whole setting and stuff like that. But I was basically in Buckhead, but was going downtown a lot. Okay. You know, most of the stuff happened downtown, the clubs and stuff.
No collabos or nothing down there?
Yeah, I had 2. One with Layback. Shout out to Layback. And Pretty Boy Beats actually just dropped the record he wanted me to do a feature on. So.
Okay. All right. That's what's up. So here's a question that we've been asking, right? And are you from New York?
No.
No, you're not from New York originally? You have a New York swag, though.
I actually was born in Guyana. Then I went to
Brazil.
Brazil.
Accent,
Yes. I was born in Guyana. Then I went to Brazil when I was 12. And then I came here.
Oh, wow. And here is where?
Brooklyn.
All right. So you're not from, but you've been living in Brooklyn?
Since 2005.
2005. Okay. That's a New Yorker.
Yes.
Right? I think 5 years plus.
5 years plus is
She
it.
was before gentrification.
Yeah. She's good. That's the stamp.
I experienced a little bit of it, yes.
That's the stamp. Okay. So in your abbreviated New York, right, stay, do you feel like New York people stick together music industry wise? Do you feel like it's a good networking family environment?
Stick together, I don't think so. But networking it is, because bottom line, everyone, no matter where you're coming from, or where you could be East Coast, down south, everyone aspire to come to New York.
Yes,
once you break here, you break everywhere.
True.
Everywhere else they'll be major in their city, but they still try to come to New York. But family wise and sticking together wise, I don't think so, because everyone, even the producer want to be famous. The person the assistant want to be famous.
The engineer.
The engineer want to be famous. Like you'd be at an event and you'd ask somebody to take a picture with you. Oh, can you at me? Like I was the one that was holding the phone. You know what I mean? So it's kind of crazy.
I thought it was me. Thanks. I'm like
It's everywhere.
So now
Even when they do with the iPhone, they're the photographer.
Right. And I'm like,
no, you're not.
Did you just edit that? Did you pull up some type of, photo editing app or something, software and got busy with it? Like, what happened?
It's the same picture they took and they sent it to you. And they're like, I want photography credit now.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you very much for calling it like you see it.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's
crazy.
What I'm saying?
I thought it was me because in actuality, like I've been in many places, right, where couples or families have been eating, and they're like, "Do you mind?" Mm-hmm. And now should I say, "Can you at me?" Can
I have my photo credit, please?
To
put in my portfolio that don't exist.
Can you put a hip hop point of view? Took that?
You know what I mean?
Please?
I'm building my portfolio.
Hey, man, listen, we ain't asking for much, but throw up the HHPOV hashtag.
Yes,
that's all we need.
Definitely.
That's all we need.
So I do feel you. I do feel you on that. Now, have you been to Guyana on the hip hop scene? Like, is there a hip hop scene out there?
It's very, very, very young.
Mm-hmm.
It's only been like about 3 or 4 years that Guyana kind of like stepped into and started embracing hip hop. It's more of a soca reggae culture.
Mm-hmm.
So I think within the past 3-4 years, they kind of like there was 2 promoters that tried to start doing what you guys have Summer Jam. They started doing something called Jam Zone and start incorporating hip hop. So one year they brought down Rick Ross. One year they brought Rihanna, Trey Songz to kind of like inject hip hop into the culture down there.
Now I want to ask, bringing down, those high celebs to perform.
Right.
Are they still being overshadowed by the local acts that's big out there, or are they just as big out there as they are?
There's no local acts that's big out there, to be honest. The culture is still very premature. So if you're in Guyana, you would think you're in New York because they listen to only heavily influenced foreign music, so reggae, and now they started getting the hip hop. So if Rick Ross go down there, he's the biggest thing right now. You know what I mean? Or whoever from America goes down there, that's what it is. They might have a few local acts that opens for them, but for the most part, that's the focal point.
Oh wow!
Are you thinking about going back one day to being part of one of those concerts?
I don't know.
Really? Why not?
No. You know what?
I'm done with done with that.
I moved to Brazil after.
She said, "I'm trying to do summer jam. I'm trying to do summer jam. Not no jam.
You know what it is? I love my country, but it's like they don't support.
Oh, so
they
it's
don't
like
support.
It's a little New York, then.
Right? They don't. It's like okay, for instance, not to do my own horn. About a month ago, I went to Barbados on vacation, random vacation. As soon as you go through Grant Liana's airport, there's a big not even life-size, building-size photo of Rihanna. You know who's the queen of this country. You know what I mean? And there's a station that only plays Rihanna. You know what I mean? They lift her up. She is from there. That's their jewel. They're gonna support and celebrate that. You know what I mean?
Only her music.
Only her music. If you want to hear all Rihanna from back then, you go to that station. Whereas in Guyana, they still sending you a text message asking you to pull up at a random party like you're just regular. So it's like they don't even understand that someone from that country could even attempt to do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? So they look at you like, okay, until you're Nicki Minaj, you're just one of us. You know what I mean? So maybe when they recognize what I'm trying to do, maybe then. But for now, I'll chill.
That's interesting. Now, have you decided, I'm gonna try to, send some of the DJs or radio stations your music to Guyana?
Actually, yes. There's 2 radio stations down there. Shout out to Boom FM and NCN. And what I actually did, the radio programmers down there, I made them A&Rs for my label, which is Bartica Records. So every time something comes out for my label, they're on my mailing list automatically, promo and everything to go down there, because that's the only way they help to get the music and get the people realizing like, okay, even though she's Guyanese, she could actually stand up with everybody else in the world, So the more they program them to that, it's easier.
You got the music queued?
Which one? Which one are we listening to?
So I'm gonna ask her which one and we'll premise. So you sent us 2 tracks, am I correct?
Yeah.
Maybe this one that he's playing right now. He said, I'm asking.
He's playing what? You playing? I didn't have the radio.
He started downloading.
Okay. So, what was the first one you sent us?
But I sent 2. I can't remember. I think
we got
Handstand and Dragging It.
Handstand,
and
Is that a trick?
Dragging it.
And dragging it. Okay.
Okay, but
So
we could actually start off with dragging it.
Okay. So and what's
Yes.
what's dragging it about?
Dragging it basically is just fake people in your life and fake situations. It's
Sick.
like
See, let's start off with the fake.
Yes.
Let's get the fake out the way. Let's get the fake out the way.
We all have people that drag it in our life, like they fake support, you know, or somebody that you want to come up and they don't support, but as soon as they see you in a whole nother level, it's like, oh, I knew her or I knew him. Oh boy, you can't remember when we? No, I can't remember.
Or proud of you, proud of you. Holla at me.
Hey, bro. Hey, sis.
Yeah.
Like all that.
Hey, queen.
Like, right.
Proud of you, sis.
It's all.
I see you out here, sis.
It's all good.
Or even the fake friends and family members that not only, you know, in the music industry, in every aspect, you got people that stay close to you in case you are successful to what you're trying to do. You know, so those people, they be dragging it.
Oh, that's hot.
And then they say, you my day one.
Yes.
Day one.
No,
So
you
we got two versions. We got the clean and the dirty. We got regular and dirty, right?
Okay, that's up
so
to
now
y'all.
now I want to ask, when your dirty version, is it actually a dirty version, or is it just like a little bit of, you know,
the dirty
words
version
here?
basically is the words. It's just the profanity,
hold on.
being able to play on radio. And
No,
that.
because I'm
You
asking
mean
because
you mean like if it's like dirty production?
no, I'm asking because there is very few like regular versions and dirty versions,
Right.
And you know, it's not like before where like
the words has
where,
changed
where,
completely.
where it was just straight,
Right.
explicit.
Right,
is
right,
it-
right.
So is it like that, or
But
is it
the-
just
yeah, the-
sprinkles of?
It's straight explicit.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we can play explicit
Yeah,
here.
we can do explicit.
Get to it.
That's
Get to
let me
it.
give you guys options.
Yeah, I want to hear and that's real. That's very professional. Let's go with the explicit. And this is a single.
Yes, this is my single. I dropped the videos out right now on YouTube. Doing really nice.
Okay. All right.
I'm doing very bigly, like Trump would say.
Bigly, bigly people.
Bigly.
Can I get some value?
Brooklyn sound like.
Uh-oh, Brooklyn sound like.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yo, try to stop my shine, I ain't having it. Reaching for the crown, couldn't handle it. Ain't nobody stuck in style, bitch, you swaggerless. Move on, bitch, you dragging it. Bitch, I only chase that. On my grind, on the beat, but I'm rocking ASAP. For a start to the game, had to replace that. Can't relate to bum bitches, nah, straight facts. Motherfucking straight facts. Bitches throwing shots for a crown that they never had. Say my name once, bitch, I leave you in the leather bag. He put you in the Uber pool, got you hella mad. Bitch, we taking flights, just landed on a helipad. I'm a vet, so I'm about to give these bitches shots. I'm at your door, ding dong, my Beretta cop. Kia told me chill, Leah let her rock. Lucky I rang, bitch, I usually forget to knock. Trying to stop my shine, I ain't having it. Reaching for the crown, couldn't handle it. Ain't nobody took your style, now you swaggerless. Yo, move on, bitch, you dragging it. You ain't copping
Yo,
for
actually,
you dragging it.
It is, it's very catchy, and I like the concept. I like the concept. Now, what's interesting about the whole the way you kind of paint the story, right?
Yeah.
Were you knocking on people's doors? It looked like it
Yes,
happened.
it was. I was.
I like the Uber pool.
I was.
Uber pool.
You said you getting Uber pool. I'm landing in the helipad.
I like two things about it. One, you sound so New York on it. You sound so New York. And two is that the production is good money, and I like how it's like the beat is not overriding you.
Yeah, it's very
Right.
So we
complimentary.
can hear we can hear what you're saying,
Thanks.
and you're riding on the beat, which is dope. You know,
I appreciate it. Shout out to Sam Sneak. That's Rick Ross's producer.
Oh,
But
that's
he's one
who
of them.
did it?
He did that beat for me.
Get out of here.
Shout out to Sam.
Word.
Yeah, he put that together.
Oh, so you got a big time up on
Yes,
there.
sir. But you know, coming from overseas, from another country, when you look at hip hop from the outside looking in, unless you live in the States, you don't understand East Coast, West Coast, or down South. All you know is hip hop.
Yeah.
So I was really heavily influenced by just hip hop, and it just so happened that like people like DMX and Eve and Missy Elliott and stuff like that was the people that I used to listening to. So I kind of like gravitate to that easier.
And I like your flow, very clear, right? Words are very clear, very articulate, and there's a cadence that you develop. You know what I mean? Like the way you stress dragging it.
Yeah.
She was like, she let it play it. No, bitch, you dragging it. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the emphasis. You know what I'm saying? So give us the beginning. Like, when were you really thinking to yourself, look, I want to really start rhyming and bringing my voice to millions of people?
Okay, it probably started back in the early 90s. I remember back home, you had a little antenna, the TV with a little antenna, and Missy Elliott had just brought that record out. It's my window. I guess that. Okay. And she had the garbage bag. She had the garbage bag on and the finger wave and all that. And I was, you looking. First of all, I had aspirations to even getting to America, and then I've always loved music. My uncle was a DJ. My mom had a bar that played music all day. So music was something that I grew up with, and then I just fell in love with hip hop through watching, I remember also Never Gonna Get It when the girls, I don't know, Gonna Get It, right?
In Vogue.
In Vogue, like when I used to race home in the afternoons, take my uniform off just to watch, the videos that they would play from like 4 to 5. So, that's when I kind of fell in love with music. And then my uncle had came back from Brooklyn because he came over here in the 80s, and he brought back R. Kelly, the Bump and Grind, and TLC. And I think it was Brandy, those 3 albums. And I was just kind of like obsessed with them. Playing them over and over and over. And I just kind of fell in love with it.
So,
go ahead.
Real quickly. Is interesting. And I just want to ask this. So, was it like you falling in love with hip hop? Was it the videos that got you, or was it the music?
It was the videos initially. Because I could definitely remember putting on some garbage bag thinking I'm Missy. Like thinking about the unused bags and doing the most.
And she just did the dance. Yo, she just did the dance just now. She just did.
Man, it was the visual, because then I remember cutting my hair one day. My mother whooped my ass.
Oh man!
When I saw Eve and Aaliyah and all that stuff, and I thought I was Aaliyah, but then I liked Eve the way she had the bald head
with the blonde.
So right, remember Boss had them jeans with the 2 stitches back in the day. Yeah. My uncle had a pair of those.
Damn, she got hit with the bug.
Listen, I thought I was in New York for a minute. You can't tell me nothing.
You was putting no string on your.
My mother whooped my behind because I cut my hair so short that she had to ended up cutting the whole thing. I'm with the belly out with the little Boss jeans and all that.
Oh man,
Aaliyah with the baggy jeans.
She was straight right back and forth. She was straight back and forth with that.
That's crazy,
man. I think it's the visual that caught me first, and then just the fact that when Eve came out, I'm like, damn, she's so beautiful, and she raps so crazy, but she's not getting engulfed with the guys. Like they're not overshadowing her, she's not piggybacking off.
And she's not
holding her
over. She's not overdoing it. She's very in her feminine,
and she wasn't trying to sound like
none of the guys. Yeah. That's what I loved about her, and I
too.
just was like, you know what, I could do that, and I just kind of fell in love with it.
So give us when you started writing rhymes.
Back then, that was like 8, 9, because every Sunday the papers would publish a song, the lyrics to the song, and I had a thick scrapbook like this that I would cut the song out like Monday after everybody finished reading the papers. I would cut it out and
archive it.
I'm telling you, people think I'm a genius when it comes to music. If I've ever heard a song in my life, back then, even now, I know the song, all the words, the ad-libs, everything. So when it comes to those, I was and I started writing my own stuff, back then.
So do you and it's something we ask because, you kind of learn the journey of the artist, right? Do you remember some of your rhymes from back in the days?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Yes.
Your first rhyme.
She said, "Oh my God,
yes." Garbage bag and finger wave.
You know what? I used to change up just the. I used to keep the same. Back then, we call it the melody or whatever. Here you call it flow, but I would keep the melody and just change some of the words.
Absolutely.
It was.
Yeah. Do you have one for us? Do you remember one?
We're ready for one right now.
No, not yet.
No.
When we do the documentary.
Yeah.
I like that
Givenchy
garbage bag and
we'll do that.
And you know what's funny? I still got that book. I still got
Of
that
course you do.
scrapbook.
I know you got that book because if you're that meticulous and particular, you still have those things. You know what I mean? Those type of people, they still have them archived. So what's the next joint?
We're gonna go to the dirty for that one. Handstand.
Okay, so handstand. Give us some background on handstand.
Okay, I love the strip club.
I didn't want to say it.
I knew it.
I know what handstand is.
I love a big butt and a smile. What? And I'm tired of going to the strip club and all the music is male dominated, and the girls dancing to trap music. I'm like, come on, we got to get something infused that the girls could really feel like they could be dancing and popping to. So,
there's not that many women tracks, for
that you could play for the club,
right?
Especially for the strip clubs.
And for for the obvious reasons, it's a dope record. But every time I see handstand played in a club, the reaction is always crazy, and I'm really, really, really excited about this record.
So with that being said, before we go to the track, right? It's for handstand is for the
strip club, but it could go anywhere. Though.
Is it
could be?
Are you when you go to Atlanta?
Well.
When you go to Atlanta, are you breaking this song down there?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It could go anywhere.
Okay, before you play it, do you want to get that pole over there?
Yeah,
get that feeling?
you
want to grab that pole?
I need an example.
Man, I don't do that.
Okay.
I don't do that type of stuff, bro.
Right?
Nah, that ain't me.
Not with this musical situation going on.
Yeah.
No, definitely, I love this record.
We bout that bag. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands.
That's
Pussy
it.
popping handstands for the
Hey, I got a cheek in my face right now.
handstands for the rubber bands. I
Losing money immediately.
You throw 100 diamonds dancing on my neck, doing dumbass tricks. I'll be damned if I'm played by a bum ass bitch. Different niggas in my DM doing dumbass shit. You shoot your shot, but I ain't looking for no bum ass dick. They better got me making faces like a monster, doing backstrokes like I'm Phelps if you want some. Got so much money switching whips like it's NASCAR. Your nigga groupie bitch, he fiending just to fuck a rap star. Trying to have me walking side to side like I'm the pop star. I was bottle flexing on him, yeah, I got a pop star. Gonna take you more than couple bands to get me up in that car. Know you plotting, know you scheming, how to get your rocks on. You in your feelings now, bitch, cause your man's missing. Instagram thugging, now you sneak dissing. When I see you, keep the energy, don't act different. Bitch, I don't even talk, I just drag bitches. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands. I let you lick it, then stick it, you throw 100 bands. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands. Pussy popping handstands for the rubber bands.
The scripper. Certified. Scripper certified.
You throw 100 bands. I'm a freaky, be freaking out when I bend it over or bust it down. Pillow talking, who pussy this? Shut the fuck up, nigga, or pull it out. You let this shit dry, give them mouth to mouth. Only to kill it again with some long strokes. I ain't tapping now. Gotta be a freaky nigga just to please.
So is this available now?
Yes, everywhere.
Okay.
Everywhere available.
Get all in it like
we have a clean version?
Yes.
Okay.
Finger fucking
What is
I don't
clean
know.
about
Yeah.
that? How can you make it clean?
I'm just asking.
Oh, I see you talking about with the language. Okay. So, have you performed this yet?
Yes, I actually did.
Yes. You had dances?
Yeah, I actually have, and I'm actually performing on Tuesday at SOB's, and we're gonna be performing this. Yes.
Oh.
Whoa. Are you bringing out poles? Are you bringing out portable poles? for
There
this?
won't be any
The
portable
Google
poll,
Calendar. This might be Google Calendar already.
I'm going to this one.
Go.
I'm
But
going
it's
to
gonna
You
be
this.
just
dope.
made me clear my
It's gonna
plans
be
for
dope.
Tuesday afternoon.
I got to see this. I'm going.
Pussy
I'm in
popping
there.
on her.
I actually performed this at Tom, Dick's, and Harry's, and there was some girl sitting behind me, and I guess maybe because I was just chilling for the whole time, and there was, shout out to all the female rappers, but there's a lot of female rappers that feel it needs to be a man, or it needs to be manly or rap.
Oh.
Like, you could be a lyricist and be a female and be
Exactly.
sexy with it, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So all the girls that was going before me was doing the tomboy
The
and
trap-
shit,
the trap
type
talk,
of stuff.
yeah.
So I guess they were expecting the same thing when I performed, and when I came out with this,
man.
I have it about Instagram. She literally was like, "What?"
She was
Like,
upset.
she was
She was
shocked,
upset that she didn't do it. She said, "Damn, we allowed to make that kind of music."
Right.
Yeah.
You're allowed to be sexy.
Exactly.
So that was first. That was the first song you performed. Done that on Tom, Dick, and Harry.
Actually, no. Dragging It was the first thing, and then
They knew what time it was.
Right.
She just said,
Right.
Oh, y'all bitches in the crowd.
Yeah.
She just
Yeah.
said it. She set it off
Dragging
with
it.
the 1-2 punch. Like,
Yup.
yo,
She's like,
here.
I got a few dragging it.
She said, "I'm getting you out. I'm getting you chicks out of here right now. I'm getting you chicks out of here."
So do you have? So this is your first project. You have other ones out.
Well, actually, I have my mixtape I released last year. It's called the Givenchy Project. Shout out to Robin H and everyone that was at Rap A Lot Studio in Houston. I did my release party out there. It's a huge success.
Wow.
So, and then after that, I kind of started dropping singles and, different singles. So this is like my second single for the year. So, just trying to build that fan base, get your name out there, get your image out there, and let people know Brooklyn's in the building. We in the race.
That's dope. Now, because you're a lyricist, right? And do you find it kind of difficult now that because a lot of females are rhyming out, but they're gimmicky, and they want to sound like guys?
Right.
Now, how do you feel that you're gonna maneuver through all of this and kind of like be seen, be heard?
I think the foundation of hip hop will always be what it was, and people will always gravitate to it. And if whatever works for the next girl, good for that. Go for her. Me, I know my voice, number one, is very distinctive.
Yes.
My image is very distinctive, and the way my metaphor, my wordplay, the way I articulate my music and compose my music is different. So I have my own lane that none of these girls could step in.
Yes.
And I want to say your personality is different as well. Because when I first met you, it was like you just came across with grace, and I didn't expect this type of music first. I was like, wait a second, so I think you're definitely impressionable.
I appreciate that, but I try to keep myself, not really look at what everybody else is doing and just kind of tunnel vision on what I'm doing. I believe that I've been a true artist all my life, and the put together gimmick, people see through it real quick.
Yeah.
And then it fizzles real quick.
Yeah.
It'll be hot for now, and
You
a
got
couple
8
days
months.
and then after that it's like, then what? Somebody like myself, if I want to go and make conscious music, I could do that.
Yeah.
If I want to talk about the struggle, if I want to talk about any situation, I can do that. I don't know how versatile these other girls are, so I keep, I hang my hat on that.
It's something I have to admit though. Like growing up in the hip hop era, when I saw women rhyming, I was like taken aback. Like, oh snap. Now, when I saw women like hanging with the lyricists,
right.
I used to always think, and this is bad on my part, I was like, somebody's writing for them.
Right.
Because I didn't know that they had that same perspective and skill set. But now, I've that's done. I know that women come with that because there's a lot of talented women.
Can be right. You know what it is with hip hop, you just have to be well read. And you just have to understand the atmosphere you're in, what's around you, and have an ability to verbalize it.
Yeah.
And it's kind of easy to do that.
One thing that I know about like the rap game is that like basically everybody kind of has, it's not a ghostwriter, but everybody has somebody that you get that little
The
bit of
finesse
information.
from?
Yeah,
Okay.
because they'd be like, don't say it like that.
Right.
Say it like that. So everybody has somebody in their corner
Right.
that's kind of helping them, get it
Yeah,
together.
but that's not
and
ghostwriting.
everything.
That's
No, it's not ghostwriting.
Yeah, because
It's
you'll
not
have an
ghostwriting.
engineer or
That's
a
what I'm
producer
saying.
that'll be like, pick up your
No,
pitch on
that's
this.
that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, because a
Yeah.
lot of people get that confused and say, "Oh,
Right.
you got a ghostwriter,"
Right.
and they don't really know what the definition of a ghostwriter is.
Is,
A ghostwriter
right.
is somebody who writes the whole song
Right.
for you, and
For
you
you.
just go. But like with you being a female and you're showing that I can write this, and you
Right.
you orchestrated your own flow and
Right.
everything, right?
Yeah. You know what? I'm very weird in the studio. I can't be in the studio with more than 2 people. It either me, the producer, and maybe one person.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna lie. I have never had someone to say, write this bar like that, or say that word like that. I've never had anyone did that.
Really?
Not that I am not open to it. I'm very much open to it because I always feel like when you have different perspective, I might be stuck in a particular flow or stuck in a particular way of penning, and somebody might have a little bit more finesse on something, and I'm open to it. I've just never had
the experience.
the
yeah.
experience, or I don't think people ever wanted a challenge because of when I put my music out, how people look at it.
Yeah.
Like from the outside looking in, you'll think I have writers, or you'll think I have maybe 1 or 2 people that is in my ear. So how dare you try to correct me if you think what I did was so
Yeah.
perfect? But it's not that. Like I'm open to having different perspective on things.
The music does sound decisive. Right, it sounds like this is my song, and
Yeah.
and this is how I want to deliver it.
Yeah.
And you
This is who I'm talking to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you coming in there trying to change that is different, but you said one of the illest points because a friend of mine, we were talking about like rappers or MCs that's been in the game for mad long, right? And he was like, he said something to the fact that some of them that are older, they still sound old. Like they may have been dope at their time,
right,
but they still sound old. Right. But you said the realest thing. You can kind of tell who's well read.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you're well read, you will always be
your metaphors will
your metaphors be on point, right?
The flow,
your vocabulary,
yep,
it'll
everything.
always be nice and fresh. You don't have to be, trapping it,
right,
but you will have new material.
Of course.
And also, that's so deep.
Yeah, and also too is that when you're writing, not to sound old, is you don't want to say anything that's dated.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I made that
Because
mistake one time.
That kills you.
I made that mistake one time. My first record that I ever released in 2015, and I set the year 2015. And I'm like, I didn't think about it because I'm thinking, shoot, I'm gonna blow up in like 2 days. Anyway, so I said the year, and a friend of mine in Houston told me that same exact thing. Never date your music because if you want to come back and throw it out, it's going to be new to somebody, but when they hear that year, they're going to realize something old that you're throwing out. So I'm like, okay, and I never made that rookie mistake ever again.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I thought, like, so what if you were talking about, like, the only exception to that would probably be, like, if you were talking about your life struggle, and you were like, 1999, you know what I mean?
Back
like,
in the day.
Okay.
That's acceptable,
Okay.
but to present day it, no.
Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Okay. So, is this 2 tracks that are going to be on a new project?
Yeah, I'm actually working on the Givenchy Code, which is going to be my EP.
Ill name.
So
nice name.
we're working on that. We have like about 7 tracks that we're down to right now. And I'm just trying to make sure that they flow right, that they're coherent. Put some storytelling on some other ones and put it out there.
What's your skit game like? Are you doing any skits?
Not really.
You should.
Okay. I should.
I think
you
got.
so?
I think you got the personality to drop some.
People always say that.
Rob was looking for a check.
No. I think she has it in her
on the EP
to drop some real good skits.
Well, one of the things about skits, right? If you don't have skits and your music is good, it rocks. But this era, right, is not skit friendly, right?
People's attention span is not that great. Yeah. They're on to the next one like in 0.2 seconds. I'm gonna admit, I've listened to Pusha T's album maybe like 20 times since he dropped it. Because it's only 7 records. It's clean and clear like mine, straight to the point, and it's on rotation in my phone. Like, Mecca be laughing like, you only play the only couple of music, the only few records at a time. Like, when I find stuff that I like, and the record is easy to listen to, and it's easy to digest. So, I want my album or my EP to be like that, like easy enough that people are like, oh, can't wait for the next song, and then it started again. Yes, you know what I mean.
So does that mean that, like, how the traditional songs is like 5 minutes long?
No,
do you
all my records is like less than it's
like
2:30,
3
minutes,
something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
Do you have any visuals coming with the book?
Actually, yeah, Dragon It videos out right now.
Okay.
Everywhere is doing really good. Palm Reader, I have a couple of visuals coming, but on the EP, I want to have at least 7 records and at least 4 videos to go with them. To push.
Dude, do you think you really need a lot of followers now to really blow up? Because I see a lot of people like blowing up and their following is not really that. But they just, I don't know, they just hit a knack or something.
You know what it is? I think it depends on if you want to go to the labels. If you want to go to a major record label now, they're not looking at your talent. They're not looking at the potential. They're looking at your followers on Instagram. Yeah. And these followers, a lot of them are padded. A lot of them are fake. You know what I mean? But the label's not going in all that. And, they look at that as a precursor to what you possibly can do. But then a lot of these people can't even hold a show and pull 300 people in.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So then what?
30 people.
Yeah, I think right now it's more than who you know in this industry that could get you where you need to be, opposed to the following or anything like that.
Yeah, a lot of it is padded. And
even the YouTube views and all of them is like.
I'll be looking at the numbers. I'll be like 700 million views. I'm like, what the hell?
In 2 minutes.
I'm like, yo, what's going on now, bro?
Yeah.
I remember when a million views was the joint.
Now
you gotta have like 50 million just to be
Yeah,
just to be considered.
It's like one like at this point.
I've seen somebody with, I think he had like 230,000 views on a video, but only 7 comments. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, that's how people distinguish.
Ain't nobody got on the stage?
Yeah.
Nobody got on the stage?
Nobody.
Everybody agreed with it.
So,
yes.
Everybody agreed.
You took all
with
your
that,
time.
though.
All these people took their time to look at it, but didn't say nothing.
Yeah.
So before we get into our game real quick, because I know we got like 2 minutes left. How do they get in contact with you?
All my social media handles are the same thing, at LIAGIVENCHY, Leah Givenchy. Or you could go to my website, IamLeahGivenchy.com. You can find everything.
All right, so we got a quick game. It's called Rhyme Antics, right? When we're gonna there's a sentence on the card, right? The last word of the sentence you have to rhyme with.
Oh.
Okay, in another sentence. Okay? So this one is Guyana.
Okay.
Right? This is
category.
Brazil, and this is Brooklyn. Which one you want out of the 3?
Brooklyn.
We're going to go with Brooklyn. Okay. Read the sentence.
Okay. Feels good to be alive.
Alive. So give us a sentence that rhymes with alive. And last word rhymes with alive.
A sentence where the last word rhymes with alive. Oh my God. I can't do it on the spot.
On the spot.
On the spot. Okay, alive. Okay, I know I was gonna be great. I know I was gonna be high. Look up. Hold on.
And that's the rapper's joint. High, alive.
Alive.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. So you want a straight sentence, not bars.
So I would say something like,
okay.
Some call me a scaredy cat because I don't want to go next to a beehive.
Okay. Oh, like that.
Like that.
Okay, so no rapping. I'm thinking bars in my head right now.
It could be that. Whatever you want to do.
Okay.
I was like beehive.
She's about to go handstand on us.
Fuck this car. Handstand.
I think I've been super successful. I've arrived.
Perfect. All right. Let's do another one.
All right, now I get the drift for that.
You got the drift? Okay, here's another one.
Oh.
He's such a buffoon.
Yeah. That was Brazil.
Oh my God.
What would you say for what sentence?
With buffoon, something that rhymes with buffoon. I walked in here. Okay, I walk in here looking like a bag of money this afternoon.
Afternoon. Okay. Last one. Okay. Here we go. Say again. Okay.
We will win.
We will win.
We will win. Next to Ken.
Oh, you got it. Heard it. Next to Ken. Next to Ken. That's good. Let's go. Leah Givenchy, we appreciate you coming down.
Thank you.
Taking the time out.
Yeah.
We'll look out for your stuff. We're going to do some pictures and promos. All right.
Thank you guys for having me.
HipHop point of view here.
Thank you for coming.
Thank y'all for having me.